vision and storytelling inspiring the why behind change. Imagine you're on a ship. You don't know where you're going. You're unsure what's ahead. And yet, day after day, you find yourself moving. You don't know if you're on course or if you're lost. And eventually, that sense of uncertainty drains the energy right out of you. Purpose vanishes. It's no longer an adventure. It's just a journey with no end. Now, imagine instead that you've been given a clear map and the captain has shared a vision and destination. You know exactly where you're headed and why you're going there. That vision, that clarity changes everything. Suddenly you have purpose. You're not just following orders or passing the time, you're excited, and you're part of something bigger than yourself. This is what vision does. Vision is that clear sense of where we're headed, and more importantly, why we're going there. Without vision, teams drift. They move, but they lack a reason to go the extra mile. They complete tasks, but without enthusiasm, without meaning. Vision gives us purpose, and that purpose makes the journey worthwhile. It connects us to each other and creates something for us to work toward that's bigger than any one of us individually. And storytelling is the tool we use to share that vision and bring it to life. When I talk to leaders, I often ask them about their why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you exist as an organization? And you'd be surprised many people struggle with this question. They can tell me what they do or how they do it, but when it comes to the why, they often pause. Some have never really thought about it. Others assume it's a given to make money or to succeed, but a why is so much more than that. A why isn't just the reason your organization exists. It's the purpose that drives everything. It's the belief that underpins your mission and the fuel that inspires everyone around you to come together. And here's the key part, that why needs to be something others believe in too. Because if it's not compelling, if it doesn't resonate with others, then it's just a statement on a piece of paper. Let me take you back in time to when we were hunters and gatherers. Back then, we didn't survive on our own. We relied on each other for survival. The only reason we ever went hunting was because we were doing it for the tribe, for our families, for our communities. We weren't doing it for personal glory. And we knew what it meant to share our story, to tell the tale of what we were fighting for. That connection, that shared sense of purpose is what kept us together. Fast forward to today, and I think we've lost some of that. Organizations grow, teams expand, and in that growth, we lose the reason we came together in the first place. We become a collection of individuals, each with different goals, working side by side, but not truly united. And it's because we're missing that shared why. The role of a leader, in my opinion, is to bring us back to that shared purpose. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through storytelling. When you can tell a story that captures your why, a story that brings your vision to life, then you have something that can rally people together. You're not just managing, you're leading, you're inspiring. So how do we tell a story that inspires? How do we craft a vision so powerful that people feel it in their bones? It starts with authenticity. People can tell when a story is real and when it's just something we made up to sound good. A story that resonates comes from a place of truth, of vulnerability, of genuine passion. It doesn't need to be flashy, it just needs to be real. I'll share an example. When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, he didn't start with a list of policies, he didn't talk about the how or the what. He talked about his vision, a vision of equality, of justice, of a world where people were judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. He didn't start by telling us what needed to change, he told us why we should care. And that vision, that why, is what inspired millions. Think about it, Dr. King didn't say, "I have a plan," he said, "I have a dream." And that dream gave people something to believe in, something to fight for. It wasn't about a set of steps to follow, it was about a purpose to embrace. That's what a powerful vision does. It doesn't just inform, it inspires. And the beauty of storytelling is that it can make even the simplest vision come alive. Imagine you're sitting around a campfire listening to someone share a story. There's something about that setting, about the way the storyteller brings their words to life, that captivates us. We lean in, we listen, and we start to see the world through their eyes. That's the power of a good story. It has the ability to make us feel, to make us imagine, and to make us believe. So how do we bring that campfire spirit into our organizations? How do we use storytelling to inspire our teams? One approach is to start with your own story. When you share your own journey, when you let people see the moments that shaped you, you're giving them a glimpse into why you care. You're showing them that this isn't just a job for you, it's a calling. And when people see that level of passion, they're inspired to care too. A friend of mine started his company with a simple mission to help people connect in a meaningful way. He didn't have a business plan at first, he just knew he wanted to make a difference. And over the years, that simple mission has grown into a thriving organization. But what's interesting is that he never lost sight of his why. Every time he hires someone, he sits down with them and shares the story of why he started. He talks about the experiences that led him here, about the challenges he faced, and about the impact he hopes to make. And every time he tells that story, he reignites the spark that drives his team forward. See, when you tell your story, you're not just sharing information, you're sharing a piece of yourself. And that's what makes people want to follow you, not because you're in charge, but because they believe in what you're doing. Now, here's something else to consider. Storytelling isn't just about words, it's about actions. Every decision you make, every step you take is part of your story. People are watching and they're learning what matters to you by what you do, not just what you say. So if you want people to believe in your vision, make sure your actions align with it. Lead by example. Be the embodiment of the values you talk about. There's a story that stays with me about a CEO who would pick up litter in the hallways of his company's office. He didn't make a big deal about it, he just did it. And over time, people noticed. They saw that he cared about the little things, that he valued a clean, welcoming space, and soon they started picking up litter too. It wasn't because he told them to, it was because they saw that he was willing to do it himself. His actions told a story of respect, of care, and of integrity. Vision and storytelling go hand in hand. Vision gives you direction, and storytelling brings that direction to life. It's about painting a picture that people can see and feel, a picture that resonates so deeply that it becomes their own. And when you do that, when you inspire people to believe in your vision as if it were their own, that's when you create lasting change. Because people don't just follow, they lead. They become ambassadors of that vision, carrying it forward even when you're not around. So as you think about your own vision, ask yourself, what is the story I want to tell? And not just in words, but in the way I show up every day. What story do I want my actions to tell? What legacy do I want to leave? And remember, a vision isn't just about where you want to go. It's about why it matters. It's about giving people a reason to believe and a purpose to rally around. When you can articulate that why, when you can share it in a way that touches hearts, that's when you'll find that people aren't just willing to follow, they're excited to. They're energized, inspired, and ready to make that vision a reality. So go out there and find your why. Share it boldly, live it consistently, and watch as others join you. Not because they have to, but because they believe in the journey you're inviting them on. That's the power of vision and storytelling. That's how you inspire change. Vision, a leader's call to action. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is at the very heart of effective leadership, a clear and compelling vision. When we think about leadership, we often envision individuals standing at the forefront, making decisions and directing others. But what truly sets great leaders apart is not just their ability to direct, it's their ability to inspire. And inspiration begins with vision. Imagine for a moment the great leaders of our time. What do they all have in common? They possess a vision that transcends the mundane details of day-to-day operations. They see not just what is, but what could be. This vision is clear and compelling, and it serves as a guiding light, drawing people toward a shared purpose. Now, let's break down what a clear and compelling vision really means. A clear vision articulates the future state that we aspire to achieve. It's more than just a goal, it's a destination. It captures the imagination and sparks passion. A compelling vision paints a picture of a future that inspires others to want to be a part of it. It's the why behind what we do, and it resonates deeply with our values. When we create a vision, it must be rooted in authenticity. It should reflect our beliefs and values, speaking to the hearts and minds of those we lead. Authenticity breeds trust, and trust is essential for any team or organization to thrive. The power of vision. Why is a compelling vision so powerful? Because it aligns people toward a common goal. It provides clarity amid the chaos. In a world that is constantly changing, a clear vision acts as an anchor. It helps us navigate uncertainty and guides our decision-making. Think about the organizations that have made a significant impact in the world. Whether it's a nonprofit working to eliminate hunger, a tech company innovating for sustainability, or a community striving for equality, these organizations share one thing in common: they have a vision that motivates people to rally together. Their vision becomes a rallying cry, and individuals feel energized and empowered to contribute. Vision as a catalyst for action. A compelling vision does more than just inspire, it also drives action. When people understand the vision, they are more likely to take ownership of their roles and responsibilities. They become motivated to go above and beyond because they see how their work contributes to the greater purpose. As leaders, it is our responsibility to communicate this vision clearly. We must articulate it in a way that resonates with our teams. This means using language that is simple, relatable, and evocative. A vision should be memorable, something people can easily recall and discuss. It should ignite conversations and create enthusiasm. Crafting a clear and compelling vision. So how do we craft a clear and compelling vision? First, we must reflect on our core values. What do we stand for? What is non-negotiable in our mission? A vision that is built on a solid foundation of values is more likely to endure. Next, we must consider the impact we wish to make. What change do we want to see in the world? How do we want to affect the lives of others? This is where we allow our aspirations to take flight. Dream big, and don't be afraid to think beyond current constraints. Once we have a draft of our vision, we must test it, share it with trusted colleagues and team members, ask for feedback. Is it clear? Is it compelling? Does it inspire? This collaborative process helps refine the vision and ensures it resonates with the people it aims to inspire. Communicating the vision. Having a compelling vision is just the beginning. We must also communicate it effectively. As leaders, we need to tell our vision story in a way that captivates our audience. We must use every medium available to us: meetings, newsletters, social media, and even casual conversations. Storytelling is a powerful tool. When we tell stories that illustrate our vision, we create emotional connections. People remember stories far better than they remember facts and figures. Share examples of individuals or teams that have embodied the vision and made a difference. Highlight moments of success that exemplify the vision in action. Once we have communicated our vision, our work is not done. We must reinforce it continually. This means weaving it into the fabric of our organization. Every meeting, every decision, and every strategy should reflect our vision. Celebrate progress toward the vision. Recognize individuals and teams who embody the vision in their work. By celebrating successes, we create a culture that embraces the vision and motivates others to engage. The role of feedback. Feedback is crucial in this journey. Encourage open dialogue about the vision. Ask questions and listen to insights from your team. Are they aligned with the vision? Do they see it as compelling? This two-way communication not only strengthens the vision, but also builds trust. Remember, a vision is not set in stone. As we grow and evolve, our vision may need to adapt. Be willing to revisit and refine it as circumstances change. A dynamic vision reflects the changing landscape and ensures we remain relevant and inspiring. Overcoming resistance. Sometimes we encounter resistance to our vision. Change can be daunting, and not everyone will immediately see the value in it. As leaders, we must be prepared to address concerns and demonstrate how the vision aligns with the interests of those involved. Engage skeptics by inviting them into the conversation. Help them see how they fit into the vision and what role they can play. Often, resistance stems from fear of the unknown. By involving people in the process, we can alleviate concerns and foster a sense of ownership. Vision in action. Let's talk about how we can bring our vision to life. A clear and compelling vision must translate into action. Every strategy we implement, every project we undertake, should align with our vision. This ensures that we are consistently moving toward our goals. Empower your team members to take initiative and make decisions that align with the vision. Provide them with the tools and resources they need to succeed. When people feel they have agency, they are more likely to contribute positively to the vision. The long-term impact of vision. The impact of a clear and compelling vision extends beyond immediate goals. It shapes the culture of our organization and influences how we are perceived in the world. A strong vision attracts talent, customers, and partners who share our values and aspirations. As we pursue our vision, we must also be aware of the legacy we are creating. What do we want to be remembered for? A compelling vision guides us toward a legacy that reflects our values and makes a lasting impact on society. Conclusion, a call to action. In conclusion, I invite you all to reflect on your own vision. What do you aspire to achieve? How can you articulate that vision in a way that inspires others? A clear and compelling vision is not just a statement, it is a catalyst for action, a source of inspiration, and a beacon of hope. As leaders, we have the privilege and responsibility to shape the future. Let us embrace the power of vision and lead with clarity and conviction. Together, we can create a movement that transforms not only our organizations, but also the world around us. Discuss a vital component of effective leadership: trust. Trust is the foundation upon which all relationships are built, whether in our personal lives, within our teams, or in our organizations. It is the glue that holds us together in times of uncertainty and the catalyst for collaboration and innovation. But trust is not given freely, it must be earned. And one of the most powerful ways to earn trust is through empathy and integrity. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a human level, while integrity ensures that our actions align with our words. Together, they create a powerful force that can transform organizations and inspire teams to achieve greatness. The essence of trust. Let's begin by understanding what trust really means. Trust is the belief that someone will act in your best interest. It is the confidence that your leader or colleague will be reliable, honest, and supportive. When trust exists, teams operate more effectively, communication flows freely, and collaboration becomes second nature. But when trust is absent, everything becomes more difficult. People hesitate to share ideas, offer feedback, or collaborate with others. In an environment where trust is lacking, fear and suspicion take root. This is why building trust is not just a nice to have, it is a fundamental necessity for any organization that wants to thrive. The role of empathy in building trust. So how do we build trust? The first step is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It allows us to step into someone else's shoes and see the world from their perspective. This skill is invaluable in leadership because it fosters connection and understanding. When we practice empathy, we create an environment where people feel valued and heard. They know that their feelings matter and that their experiences are acknowledged. This builds a sense of belonging, which is essential for trust to flourish. Imagine a leader who takes the time to listen to their team members' concerns, who genuinely cares about their well-being, and who strives to understand their challenges. This leader creates a safe space for dialogue and collaboration. Team members feel empowered to speak up, share their ideas, and take risks because they trust that their leader will support them. Empathy in action, a personal story. Let me share a personal story to illustrate the power of empathy in building trust. Early in my career, I was part of a team working on a high-stakes project. We were under immense pressure to deliver results, and tensions were running high. One day, during a particularly intense meeting, a colleague broke down in tears. Instead of dismissing her emotions or pushing through the meeting, our leader paused everything. He turned to her and said, "I can see this is really hard for you. Let's take a moment. I want to understand what you're feeling and how we can support you." This simple act of empathy transformed the room. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted from one of stress and competition to one of understanding and collaboration. By acknowledging her feelings and showing genuine concern, our leader not only built trust with her, but also with the entire team. We felt safe to express our vulnerabilities and share our challenges. This openness allowed us to come together and find solutions that we hadn't considered before. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Empathy is closely linked to emotional intelligence, which is the ability to recognize and manage our own emotions while understanding the emotions of others. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are better equipped to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. They can sense when someone is struggling and they respond with compassion. This emotional attunement allows leaders to tailor their communication and approach to meet the needs of their team members. They recognize that each person is unique with different backgrounds, experiences, and challenges. By demonstrating empathy, they create an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued. The challenge of empathy. Now, let's acknowledge that practicing empathy can be challenging. In our fast-paced world, we often prioritize efficiency over connection. We may feel rushed to complete tasks, meet deadlines, or achieve goals. In this pursuit, we can overlook the importance of building relationships. But let me remind you that empathy is not a weakness, it is a strength. It is a choice we make as leaders to prioritize people over processes. When we invest time in understanding our team members, we build a stronger foundation for trust and collaboration. The importance of integrity. Now that we've explored the role of empathy, let's turn our attention to integrity. Integrity is about consistency and alignment between our values, words, and actions. It means being honest, transparent, and reliable. When we demonstrate integrity, we show others that we can be trusted. Integrity is crucial in leadership because it sets the tone for the entire organization. If leaders are inconsistent or dishonest, trust erodes quickly. Team members become skeptical, and the culture of the organization suffers. Integrity in decision-making. One of the most visible ways to demonstrate integrity is through decision-making. As leaders, we are often faced with difficult choices. In these moments, it is essential to stay true to our values and principles. When we make decisions that align with our stated values, we reinforce our credibility and build trust with our team. For example, consider a leader who must decide whether to cut costs by laying off employees. If that leader prioritizes profit over people, they may choose to make cuts without considering the impact on their team. However, a leader with integrity will take the time to explore alternatives, communicate transparently with their team, and seek solutions that align with their values. This commitment to integrity not only strengthens trust but also fosters loyalty. When team members see their leader making difficult decisions with compassion and fairness, they are more likely to remain committed to the organization even in challenging times. The ripple effect of integrity. Integrity has a ripple effect throughout the organization. When leaders demonstrate integrity, it inspires others to do the same. Team members are more likely to be honest, transparent, and accountable in their actions. This creates a culture of trust, where everyone feels empowered to take ownership of their work. On the other hand, when integrity is lacking, the consequences can be severe. Trust erodes quickly, leading to disengagement, resentment, and a toxic work environment. Leaders must recognize that their actions set the standard for the entire organization. Balancing empathy and integrity. Now, let's consider the relationship between empathy and integrity. Some may argue that these qualities are at odds with one another. After all, being empathetic can sometimes lead to tough decisions that may not be popular. But I believe that empathy and integrity are two sides of the same coin. Empathy provides us with the context to understand the impact of our decisions on others, while integrity ensures that we remain true to our values in the face of challenges. By balancing these two qualities, we create a leadership style that is both compassionate and principled. The role of communication. Effective communication is crucial in building trust through empathy and integrity. As leaders, we must communicate openly and honestly with our teams. This means sharing not only the what, but also the why behind our decisions. When we provide context and rationale, we help our team members understand the bigger picture. Additionally, we must create an environment where feedback flows freely. Encourage your team members to share their thoughts and concerns. Actively listen to their perspectives and be willing to engage in difficult conversations. When team members feel heard, it strengthens their trust in us as leaders. Building trust in times of crisis. In times of crisis, the importance of trust becomes even more pronounced. During challenging moments, people look to their leaders for guidance and reassurance. It is in these moments that empathy and integrity shine the brightest. For instance, consider a situation where an organization faces unexpected challenges, be it a financial downturn, a public relations issue, or a global pandemic. Leaders who communicate transparently, acknowledge the difficulties, and show genuine care for their team members' well-being will build trust even in the face of adversity. Remember, trust is not built overnight. It takes time and consistent effort. But in times of crisis, the foundation of trust can be solidified through empathetic communication and principled actions. The long-term impact of trust. The long-term impact of building trust through empathy and integrity is profound. When trust is established, organizations experience higher levels of engagement, collaboration, and innovation. Team members feel empowered to share their ideas, take risks, and challenge the status quo. Moreover, trust fosters resilience. In a trusting environment, people are more likely to support one another during difficult times. They are willing to go the extra mile because they know that their leaders care about their well-being. As leaders, we must recognize that the investment in building trust pays dividends over time. It is a crucial component of a thriving organizational culture and contributes to overall success. A call to action. As I conclude, I want to challenge each of you to reflect on your own leadership journey. Ask yourself, how am I demonstrating empathy in my interactions? Am I consistently acting with integrity? How can I foster an environment of trust within my team? Building trust through empathy and integrity is not a one-time effort. It is an ongoing commitment. It requires self-awareness, reflection, and a willingness to grow. I encourage you to embrace these qualities as you lead your teams. By prioritizing empathy and integrity, you will not only build trust, but also create a culture that inspires greatness and fosters collaboration. Understanding organizational culture. Let's begin by defining what we mean by organizational culture. Culture is the collection of values, beliefs, behaviors, and practices that shape how we work together. It is the unwritten code that influences how decisions are made, how people interact, and how challenges are addressed. A positive culture fosters collaboration, encourages innovation, and supports individual growth. When employees feel aligned with the culture, they are more likely to be motivated, committed, and productive. Conversely, a toxic culture can lead to disengagement, high turnover, and a lack of trust. The importance of culture. Why is culture so important? Because it affects everything. From employee satisfaction to customer experience, culture is the foundation upon which organizations build their success. Companies with strong, positive cultures enjoy higher levels of employee engagement and lower turnover rates. They attract top talent and foster loyalty among their workforce. Research shows that organizations with a positive culture outperform their competitors. They are more resilient in the face of change and better equipped to navigate challenges. In today's fast-paced and ever-evolving landscape, having a strong culture is not just beneficial, it's essential. The role of leadership in shaping culture. As leaders, we play a critical role in shaping organizational culture. Our actions, words, and decisions set the tone for the entire organization. If we want to cultivate a positive culture, we must model the behaviors and values we wish to see. Leadership is not just about authority, it's about influence. Our ability to inspire and empower others can create a ripple effect throughout the organization. When we embody the culture we want to cultivate, we send a clear message to our teams about what is expected and valued. Defining core values. A strong organizational culture starts with clearly defined core values. Values are the guiding principles that dictate behavior and decision-making within the organization. They serve as the foundation for the culture and provide a roadmap for how we work together. To cultivate a positive culture, we must first identify and articulate our core values. What do we stand for? What principles guide our actions? Involve your team in this process. Encourage open dialogue and collaboration to ensure that everyone feels a sense of ownership over the values that will shape the culture. Creating a vision for culture. Once we have defined our core values, it's time to create a vision for our culture. This vision should articulate what a positive culture looks like in practice. It should paint a picture of how we want to work together and how we will treat one another. A compelling culture vision inspires individuals and serves as a North Star for decision-making. When challenges arise, we can refer back to our vision to guide our actions and choices. This clarity helps align everyone's efforts toward a common goal. Fostering open communication. One of the most critical components of a positive culture is open communication. We must create an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and concerns. When communication flows freely, it fosters collaboration and innovation. Encourage transparency in all levels of the organization. Leaders should share information openly and provide opportunities for feedback. This two-way communication not only builds trust, but also empowers employees to contribute to the culture actively. Celebrating diversity and inclusion. A positive organizational culture embraces diversity and inclusion. Different perspectives and backgrounds enrich the workplace and lead to more innovative solutions. When individuals feel included and valued for their unique contributions, they are more likely to be engaged and motivated. Take proactive steps to create an inclusive environment. Provide training and resources to help team members understand and appreciate diversity. Encourage collaboration across diverse teams and ensure that all voices are heard and respected. Empowering employees. Empowerment is another key element of cultivating a positive culture. When employees feel empowered, they take ownership of their work and are more likely to go above and beyond. This sense of autonomy fosters innovation and creativity. Provide your team members with the resources, tools, and support they need to succeed. Encourage them to take risks and explore new ideas. Recognize their contributions and celebrate their achievements. When employees feel that their efforts are valued, they are more likely to remain committed to the organization. Creating a safe environment. Safety is a fundamental requirement for a positive culture. This includes physical safety, but also emotional and psychological safety. Employees must feel safe to express their ideas, share their concerns, and admit their mistakes without fear of judgment or reprisal. As leaders, we must actively promote a culture of safety. Encourage team members to speak up and share their thoughts. Be receptive to feedback, and demonstrate that you value their input. When individuals feel safe, they are more likely to engage fully and contribute authentically. Recognizing and rewarding contributions. Recognition is a powerful tool for cultivating a positive culture. When employees feel appreciated for their contributions, it reinforces their commitment to the organization. It fosters a sense of belonging and encourages continued effort. Implement formal and informal recognition programs that celebrate individual and team achievements. Create opportunities for employees to share their successes and highlight the impact of their work. A culture of recognition enhances morale and motivates employees to strive for excellence. Promoting work-life balance. A positive organizational culture recognizes the importance of work-life balance. We must acknowledge that our employees have lives outside of work, and that balance is essential for their well-being. Promote policies and practices that support work-life balance, such as flexible work arrangements, wellness programs, and time-off policies. When employees feel that their well-being is prioritized, they are more likely to be engaged and productive. Nurturing continuous learning. A culture of continuous learning is essential for personal and professional growth. Encourage your team members to pursue development opportunities and seek feedback. Create a learning-oriented environment where individuals feel supported in their growth journey. Provide resources for training and development, and encourage mentorship and coaching relationships. When employees see that their organization values growth, they are more likely to invest in their own development. Leading by example. As leaders, we must lead by example. Our actions speak louder than words, and our behavior sets the standard for the culture we wish to cultivate. If we want to foster a positive culture, we must embody the values and behaviors we advocate. Demonstrate empathy, integrity, and respect in your interactions. Show vulnerability and be willing to admit mistakes. When team members see their leaders practicing what they preach, it reinforces the culture and inspires them to do the same. Navigating change and challenges. Cultivating a positive organizational culture is an ongoing journey, and it requires resilience, especially during times of change and challenge. When faced with adversity, it's essential to return to our core values and culture vision. Emphasize the importance of collaboration and support during difficult times. Encourage your team members to lean on one another and foster a sense of community. By navigating challenges together, we can strengthen our culture and build trust. Measuring culture and impact. To truly understand the effectiveness of our culture initiatives, we must measure our culture and its impact. Regularly assess employee engagement, satisfaction, and feedback to gauge how well we are cultivating a positive culture. Use surveys, focus groups, and one-on-one check-ins to gather insights. This feedback will help us identify areas for improvement and allow us to adjust our approach as needed. A culture that is responsive to employee needs is more likely to thrive. The long-term benefits of a positive culture. In closing, let's reflect on the long-term benefits of cultivating a positive organizational culture. A strong culture leads to increased employee engagement, improved performance, and enhanced customer satisfaction. Organizations with positive cultures are more resilient, innovative, and successful. Investing in culture is an investment in our people, our teams, and our future. By prioritizing culture, we create an environment where individuals can thrive, collaborate, and contribute their best work. In conclusion, a call to action. As I conclude, I encourage each of you to take action in cultivating a positive organizational culture within your teams and organizations. Reflect on your core values, communicate openly, and empower your employees. Recognize their contributions, promote inclusivity, and lead by example. Together, we have the power to create a culture that inspires greatness and fosters collaboration. Let's commit to cultivating a positive organizational culture that benefits not only our employees, but also our customers and communities. To spark a moment of clarity, an idea that ignites our passion, or a vision that captivates our imagination. But how do we ensure that this spark doesn't fizzle out over time? How do we keep the fire of inspiration burning brightly through the inevitable challenges, distractions, and setbacks that life throws our way? Today, I will share insights, strategies, and personal experiences that will help us understand how to sustain inspiration throughout our journeys. Let's dive into this essential conversation. The nature of inspiration. To sustain inspiration, we first need to understand what it is and how it operates. Inspiration is more than just a fleeting feeling. It's a deep-seated desire to create, to connect, and to contribute. It fuels our creativity and motivates us to take action. Inspiration can come from many sources: a powerful story, a beautiful piece of art, a leader who embodies our values, or even a personal experience that reshapes our perspective. However, the challenge is that inspiration can be inconsistent. It can ebb and flow, often leaving us feeling stuck or unmotivated. The initial spark of inspiration. Think back to a time when you felt truly inspired. What triggered that feeling? Was it a conversation with a mentor? A book you read? A moment of realization about your purpose? This initial spark is vital. It sets us on a path toward pursuing our goals and aspirations. However, the initial excitement can quickly fade. When the challenges of everyday life set and deadlines loom, obstacles arise, and distractions multiply, our inspiration can dwindle. So how do we cultivate a mindset that allows us to sustain that initial spark? Creating a culture of inspiration. One of the most powerful ways to sustain inspiration is to create a culture of inspiration, whether in our organizations or within our communities. When we surround ourselves with people who uplift us, challenge us, and encourage us to think bigger, we can cultivate a fertile ground for inspiration to thrive. Encourage open dialogue and the sharing of ideas. When team members feel safe to express themselves and contribute, it fosters an environment where inspiration can flourish. Recognize and celebrate creativity, innovation, and the courage to take risks. Establishing clear values and purpose. To sustain inspiration, we must have clarity about our values and purpose. What drives you? What do you stand for? When we have a strong sense of purpose, it serves as a compass that guides us through challenges and distractions. Take the time to reflect on your values. Write them down. Share them with others. When you align your actions with your values, you create a sense of integrity that fuels your inspiration. Your purpose becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded, even when external circumstances threaten to shake your foundation. Setting long-term goals. Inspiration often ignites our desire to take action, but it is sustained through long-term goals. These goals give us direction and help us channel our energy toward meaningful outcomes. Without goals, inspiration can lead to aimlessness. Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals that align with your values and purpose. Break them down into smaller milestones to track your progress. This approach helps to maintain focus and keeps the flame of inspiration alive as you celebrate each small victory along the way. Cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset is essential for sustaining inspiration over time. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and view setbacks as lessons rather than failures. When we adopt a growth mindset, we become resilient in the face of adversity. Encourage yourself and others to learn from experiences. Embrace curiosity and the desire to improve. This mindset not only sustains inspiration, but also fosters innovation and creativity. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback, and maintaining that perspective keeps us moving forward. Practicing self-care and well-being. To sustain inspiration, we must prioritize our well-being. Inspiration thrives in a healthy mind and body. If we neglect our self-care, we risk burnout, exhaustion, and a lack of motivation. Create a routine that includes physical activity, healthy eating, mindfulness, and rest. Make time for hobbies and activities that bring you joy. Nurturing your well-being allows you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective and renewed energy. The power of community. Surrounding ourselves with a supportive community is crucial for sustaining inspiration. Engage with like-minded individuals who share your values and aspirations. Together you can uplift one another, share ideas, and hold each other accountable. Embracing change and adaptability. Life is full of changes and uncertainties. To sustain inspiration, we must embrace change and remain adaptable. Rather than resisting change, view it as an opportunity for growth and exploration. Be open to new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. Adaptability allows you to navigate challenges and seize opportunities that align with your vision. When we embrace change, we cultivate resilience, which is essential for sustaining inspiration, reflecting on progress. Regularly reflect on your progress and celebrate your achievements. Acknowledge the milestones you've reached and the challenges you've overcome. This practice helps to reinforce your sense of purpose and motivation, finding inspiration in everyday life. Inspiration doesn't have to come from monumental experiences. It can be found in everyday life through small moments, interactions, and observations. Stay curious and open to the world around you. Seek out inspiration in nature, art, literature, and conversations. Pay attention to the people you meet and the stories they share. When you actively look for inspiration in your daily life, it becomes a continuous source of motivation. Creating rituals and habits. Establishing rituals and habits can help sustain inspiration over time. Create a routine that nurtures your creativity and focus. This could include setting aside time for brainstorming, journaling, or engaging in activities that inspire you. Find what works best for you and make it a consistent part of your life. By creating rituals around your inspiration, you reinforce the importance of nurturing that spark. Developing a resilience plan. Inevitably, we will face challenges that threaten our inspiration. To sustain it, we must develop a resilience plan, identify potential obstacles, and create strategies to overcome them. Consider what you will do when faced with setbacks or moments of doubt. Having a plan in place gives you confidence and prepares you to bounce back stronger. Remember, resilience is not about avoiding challenges, it's about how we respond to them. Engaging in continuous learning. To sustain inspiration, commit to continuous learning. Seek out new experiences, acquire new skills, and expand your knowledge. Embrace the idea that learning is a lifelong journey and approach it with curiosity and enthusiasm. Invest in yourself through books, courses, workshops, and networking opportunities. The more you learn, the more equipped you become to navigate challenges and maintain your inspiration. The importance of gratitude. Gratitude plays a significant role in sustaining inspiration. By recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, we cultivate a mindset that fosters joy and motivation. Make it a practice to express gratitude regularly, whether it's through journaling, sharing with others, or simply reflecting on what you're thankful for. Gratitude helps to shift your focus toward the positive. This shift in perspective enhances your ability to sustain inspiration over time. Encouraging others. As you work to sustain your own inspiration, consider how you can inspire others. Share your journey, your insights, and your experiences. Encourage those around you to pursue their passions and cultivate their own inspiration. By lifting others, you not only contribute to a culture of inspiration, but also reinforce your own. Inspiration is contagious. When we inspire others, it often ignites our own passion and creativity. Revisiting your vision. Over time, our goals and aspirations may evolve. It's essential to revisit and reassess your vision regularly. Are your goals still aligned with your values and purpose? Do they continue to inspire you? Take the time to reflect on your vision and make adjustments as needed. When your vision resonates with your current self, it becomes a powerful source of motivation and inspiration. Sustaining inspiration in leadership. If you are in a leadership position, your role in sustaining inspiration is crucial. Create a culture within your organization that prioritizes inspiration. Encourage your team to share their ideas, celebrate successes, and support one another. Lead by example. Show your team what it means to be inspired and how to sustain that inspiration through challenges. When leaders embody the values of inspiration, it resonates throughout the organization. Building a legacy of inspiration. Finally, consider the legacy you wish to leave. What impact do you want to have on those around you? Sustaining inspiration isn't just about personal growth, it's about creating a lasting legacy that inspires others long after you're